Good morning. So we're going to finish out the vertex form of graphing quadratics, graphing parabolas, same thing. We're going to finish out the vertex today with the k. So I'll do two examples where the k, which is the vertical shift. So when k is positive, you're moving up the y-axis. If k is negative, you're moving down the y-axis. Okay, it's pretty basic. So this will just be one lesson, one video. It might run long, but it's just, if it's positive, you go up. If it's negative, you go down. And of course, I just have to go over the arithmetic of order of operations. And so the k is the last operation you complete. So it's the parentheses inside, exponents, then you take the multiplication, and then whatever that value is, then it comes in at the end and it combines with that positive or that k value. So you add or subtract at the very, very end. That's it. It's pretty basic. Okay. Your work has been gorgeous, beautiful, perfect. I love it. I love the colors, the highlighters, the markers. It's gorgeous. You're making me so happy. Okay. All right. Here we go. Come on. It's blurry. Okay. Graphing quadratics for text form. We are focusing on the K. That is the vertical shift. Positive up, negative down, and you're moving along. So here's your origin. If it's positive, you go up. If it's negative, you go down, right? Okay. Here we go. So let's just go into it. All right. So what is my A value? -3. My A value is negative. If it's negative, it is concave down, right? So it looks like that. Okay, again, if it's negative and it is concave down, that means that my vertex is at the very tippy top, right? And so that would imply that I have a maximum point and I have a maximum value, correct? Okay, your point is your vertex, your value is your k value or the y value to your vertex. Your axis of symmetry is your h value or it's the x value to your vertex. So let's right away jump into these three and then we'll come back and take care of these. Okay, so what is my value of h? Remember, you go opposite h, right? This is A, H, K. You're going to go opposite what you see visually, but you're going to follow your vision for K. That's a K. Okay. So my H value, although I see X minus 5 because of the zero product property, it is actually positive 5. So this is positive 5. You want to write the positive, you can, but you don't have to. The K value, what you see is what you write. So it is positive 3. So that means my vertex is 5, 3, right? And then, of course, I'll come down to the XY table. We'll fill that in. Okay, so that means my maximum point is that pink vertex. I don't know why the video is like really yellow today. 5, 3. My axis of symmetry is x equal 5, right? That's my dashed line. My minimum value is 3. Okay, vertical shift. Oh, so now we have a vertical shift because remember, this is your K, this is your H. Okay, so my horizontal shift is a positive 5, so I am going to be moving right 5 units. And my vertical shift is based off of my K, and since my K is positive 3 means you are going up. So I will be moving up 3 units. And so that is the location of your vertex. So if you start at the origin, right? So if you start at the origin, it is telling you to go right 5 units, up 3 units. So, I mean, we'll get to the XY table, but if this is my origin, right? That's why I have the 5 and 3 ready to go. I would go right 5 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I would go up 3 units. And this is the location of my vertex. This is my 5, 3 vertex. And then you already know that my axis of symmetry is going to be this dashed line coming right through here. I'll just kind of lightly do it, even though I typically use that bright pink marker. Right? And so if you realize that my A value is negative, it's going to be concave down. You should just do a visual check and realize that it should be moving downward, right? It should be moving from the quadrant 1 down into quadrant 4, and of course it'll probably go into 3 eventually, but we're just on graph paper. Okay, as far as your graphs, like 99% of them are coming in beautiful, but remember, if you don't put plots, if you don't put plots on your graph, it's a sketch, and we're not sketching, we're graphing here. We're graphing quadratics, not sketching quadratics. Okay, so let's get our vertex here. What did we say it was? 5, 3? All right, so now equal distance, right? Symmetry, we want these two to match and we want these pair of points to match. So let's make it easy for us and go 4, 3, 6, 7. And then we will compute that, which means I need paper. I think I get everything right and set up, and then I realized I didn't. Okay, so what is our quadratic? -3 x minus 5 squared plus 3. Okay, so I'm going to let x equal 4, and I'm going to let x equal 3, and we're going to go ahead and solve order of operations, right? Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to substitute. So y is equal to -3, 4 minus 5 squared plus 3. All right. Parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication, then we're going to add, okay? Pima. All right, so here we go. Whoops, I forgot to circle. All right, parentheses, y is equal to -3, -1 squared plus 3. I always stress out I'm going to make an arithmetic mistake, and which would just be horrible because I don't think you can really edit the video. I would just have to scratch it and restart it, which means I would have to rewrite everything. Okay, here's my multiplication. And then coming in at the end is your addition. And in this case, we're subtracting because that's negative, positive. So addition, subtraction, right? Just follow whatever the signs tell you. And in that case, my y value is 0. Okay, so when my input is 4, my output is 0. So 4, 0, so 6, 0. Okay, let's get the other 2 points. And we're so much faster now, right? All right, y is equal to -3. 3 minus 5 squared plus 3. Again, parentheses. Y is equal to -3, -2 squared plus 3. Exponents, so -2 squared is +4 plus 3. Now we're going to take care of our multiplication, and just be careful with your signs. And then coming in at the end, -12 plus 3. So in this case, we're going to subtract, and I get -9. So my input, 3, my output, -9. Okay, I don't think I've done this for a while, but I'm going to stretch and grab my calculator. Now that we have the values, this calculator is glorious. We love it. It's a really nice check, especially my fingers are locking up from holding this phone so long. Okay, look, what you see, what you type, you will get these numbers. So -3, let me see if I can show, parentheses, 4 minus 5 quantity squared plus 3 equal 0. And there is my 0. So when I typed it in exactly into the calculator, my output does match. Now for this one, our only difference is we substituted 3. Remember, you can take this directional button, hit up, over, hit delete, 3, and now it matches, -3, 3 minus 5 quantity squared plus 3, hit equal, and there is my -9. So calculator's great, right? All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so let's plot this, and then I'll get to the second one, and then I'll get the assignment up. All right, so we plot the points. 3, let's see, that's 4, this is 3, this is 6, this is 7. Okay, 6, 0, 4, 0, 3, -9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 7, negative 9? Yeah. Okay. And now it's always difficult for me to do these. My graph is segmented. Okay, that was an ugly little hump. Okay, there you go. That is your graph. That is my parabola. Remember, you need points. If I can't see the points, you get partial credit on the assignment. Otherwise, what you gave me is a sketch of a parabola, and a sketch is not really accurate mathematically. The whole point is your graphs and learning how to graph and plot and everything. Okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go into this one. I realize it's already 10 minutes, but let's see if I can go quick. Okay, here we are. Our value is 4. It is positive. It is concave up. And again, if it is concave up, that means my vertex is down at the bottom, which implies I'm going to have a minimum point, minimum value, right? Because it's at the very bottom. Okay, let's get our HK. So again, opposite H, right? So this is AHK. Opposite H, -2, follow K, -6, right? So my vertex is -2, -6, which makes my axis of symmetry -2. My minimum point is the same point as the vertex because it's going to be at the very, very bottom. And my minimum value is the y value, -6. Okay, so there's a lot of repetition going on here. Okay, and remember, look back at this one, right? So here was our vertex opposite, so 5, 3. There's my vertex 5, 3, and then the arithmetic order of operations gives you the rest. But there you go. Okay. Describe your horizontal shift. My H is -2, so I'm going to be moving in the left direction, so left 2 units. My K value is negative, so I will be moving down 6 units. And students are very, very good at this. It just comes naturally to you because you've covered rise over run and translations when you study transformations. So this is easy for you. Okay, it's not bad. All right, so here we go. XY table. H is -2, -6. So -1, 0, -3, -4. And again, we want symmetry, right? Okay, so now if we just kind of come to our graph, -2, -6. And by the way, my graph is going to end up being in this writing. I tried to squeeze it onto this graph paper and I should have lowered it. So sorry about that. When I graph it, it's going to end up bleeding into this. Okay, -2, -6 is right here. So this is my vertex, right? And then remember, my axis of symmetry, which is at AOS, is going to be a vertical line a dashed vertical line that cuts through that symmetry, right? Okay, so now it's our arithmetic time. Y is equal to 4, x plus 2 squared minus 6. So we're going to let x equal -1, and we're going to let x equals 0, I believe. -1, 0, yes. All right. So let's get this thing going. And remember, if you have a calculator and you believe in your skills, you can go ahead and just type it into the calculator. But, oops, I will still compute it by hand. Ah, look at that. That could have been my massive mistake. Okay, because you should be able to do some arithmetic. Okay, here we go. Order of operations, right? So PEM does, right? Okay, so here we go. We're first going to take our parentheses, and I get 1. Next, exponents. Next, multiply your A value, right? And at the very end, come in with your adding, subtracting, and I get -2. So input -1, output -2. So, the window's open. It's taking my papers away. -1, -2, -3, -2, right? Oops, there. Sorry. Okay, next. The 0. So parentheses. 2. Exponents, which is a square, right? Because our exponent, for quadratics, our exponent is always 2. When you get to IM3, you'll have cubes and 4s and it'll be extras. Okay, 4, and your numbers will be larger, and so that's why you'll get the graphing calculators and Desmos, which I'll do a video on Desmos if some of you want to put that into your calculators, which some of you, I'm sorry, your phones, so which some of you might already have from your IM1 class, depending on who your teacher was. They might have encouraged you to get the app anyways. Okay, input 0, output 10. It's beautiful, and your work is like so much prettier than what I'm doing right now. Okay, 0, 10, -4, 10. And that's why I said it's not gonna go right. Okay. -1, -2, -3, -2. So if your graphs are like this, as long as you have these two plots, the latter one, if you didn't expect it to shoot off so quickly, you're fine. Okay, no judgment. But here we go. So basically what it means, if this A value starts getting higher, the numbers start multiplying and growing at a faster pace. So it becomes more rod-like, more skinny. And if it becomes a fraction, like less than 1, it becomes just like more bowl-like fatter. So it's 2b. If you go greater than 1, it becomes fatter if it's less than 1, okay? Or skinnier, wider, the growth, okay. What am I doing? 0, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 10 is here, so then the other one would be over here. I told you this is, so because my, it's not too bad. At least I already went over the lecture. Okay, so there it is. I'll get this video uploaded, and then we will, I'll get the assignment. I can't upload them at the same time. And here's my axes, my beautiful axes of symmetry. I love graphing, you guys. It's so pretty. If you're enjoying this, you will love IM3 with all the graphs and hyperbolas and trig functions, and it's all shifting. This vertex form HK, you're going to do it with the trig functions. It's just going to be in radian mode. But essentially, if you understand these characteristics and what they stand for, you're just going to do amazing in IM3. So save your work, because I love looking at it. Okay, I love you guys. I miss you. All right, let's get this going.